excuse the car. Hello, it is very, very nice to see you guys. Hi, Spirit Wolf Tracy. Hi, Lisa, Kim, KS, Diane, Christine, Emmy, Barbara, Cheryl, James, Nancy, Jerry, Christine and Joanne. Hello, Charity, Faith, Karina, Beth, Carol, Pamela, Jennifer, Michael K, Anne, Linda. Hello, everybody. How very nice to see you. Now, I'm just behind you. Hello, Ginny. How are you? I'm just behind you for a second. I'm putting a little bit of paint on paper because everyone's always saying, Kendall, you got to paint it. You got to paint Omihachiman Canal. So bear with me a second. I'm just behind you. Hi, Elisa and Beatrice and Triste and Carol. Hello, Christine. Hello. So just bear with me a second. Let me see what I can do here. I'm not painting with the canal water. And sorry about the little cars behind. So I've got an idea. Thought I might paint it now, and at the other end, maybe I can fill it in. Well, we'll see. Maybe both can happen at the same time. So how are you all today? Hi, Mummy. Hi, John. Nice to see you. Let you just enjoy the lovely reflections down there on the water. Aren't they lovely? Aren't they lovely? Yeah, news to my mummy as well that the Heygo is closing. Shame, isn't it? I've loved showing the world to my mum, but there'll be other ways to do such a thing. There'll be other ways. I'm sure of it. I know it. Right. I've done something quite interesting behind you guys. Just enjoy the view a little second longer. I think I've done something interesting. You guys might think I've done something ridiculous. We'll have a look in a second. See what you guys think. Let's have a look. Please enjoy the birds. I'm doing pretty good. Hi, Camillo. Hi, Tom. Hi, Jill. Nice to see you guys. Almost ready. We're in a new part of the canal today. Well, maybe a long time ago we came down to this area. But we haven't been here for a while, I think. Okay. Oh, I just tried to lick my paintbrush with my mask on. That didn't go down too well. We can't always be super smart. I can't be intelligent all the time. Just sometimes is just enough, I think. Let's have a look. You'll be okay. You're young and talented. That being said, nearly dropped my gimbal in the water. That wouldn't have gone down so well, would it? That's very kind of you to say such a thing. Hello, Pamela. Good day at work and you're glad to be home. You sent me my doctor a card. She was feeling so down. You sent my... Oh, did I? Did you order one from Etsy? Is that correct? Is that what I'm to understand from that? Right. Just going to tidy away my paintbrushes in the background before I drop my gimbal into the water. That wouldn't be so smart. So here's what we've been looking at. You get to have an artist scene out here. You might like an artist scene, huh? Let me see what I can do. I felt sorry for her and sent her one. I don't understand the context. I don't usually send people cards because I feel sorry for them. I usually send people cards because I think it might be nice. So as long as this is a good thing, that's great. I'm happy. So what I've done is I've just done the outline of the view. Well, I've just done the kind of block outline. So it's one way of painting. Sorry, not block outline. What I've done is the opposite of the outline. I've done the block background. And what I'm just going to do is take another little picture over here, and then when we get to the other side, I'll fill in the details, and you guys can see me fill in the details. So I'm just going to use this phone, take another little picture, and then you can see what I do after that. Deal? Deal. I'm glad it made her happy. That's good. That's good. I think someone might have sent me their address, but they didn't know if they were allowed to have one of my creations. But I decided to send them one anyway. So maybe that was her. Perhaps. Right, bear with me. I'm going to try not to drop my gimbal in the water, because that's the end of all my tours today if I do that. I'm just going to pop some things in my bag. Do you guys say that? So my name is Kendall. I'm British and I live here in Japan. I really love it here, and I think you guys know I love it here, which is a nice thing. Very nice thing. And yeah, I've really enjoyed presenting tours to you. So let's do another bunch today. It's kind of a weird weather day. It's not going to rain, but I've got my umbrella. It's that kind of weather, because it just doesn't, I don't trust it. I don't trust the forecast. Do you guys get that? Where you're told that the forecast will be just fine, but then it just isn't. And I just don't know what to believe anymore. Okay. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Did you have a nice time with Alex just now? I think people have been coming off of Alex's tour. So we're at one end of Omihachiman Canal. Not one end, but a little bit in the middle. Actually, the canal is about 15 meters long. Not 15 meters, sorry, I always do that. 15 kilometers long, and it links to Lake Biwa, the largest lake here in Japan. Very nice. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Dolores. Hi, everybody. I'm good, thank you, Karina. Right, you know what? I'm going to take my mask off. I'm going to get down on it. I'm going to go down here. Now, I woke up exceptionally early. I don't normally get up to at this kind of time, but I thought I'd try and reach a little bit of a different audience. In fact, I woke up so early that, let me teach you two other things. I woke up so early that it wasn't even dawn, which was disgusting. It's not where I like to hang out at all, as I've told you before. And then even more so early that when I got off the train, the first bus wasn't available. And when I got on the bus, it was so early that there were curtains down on the bus. So that's no good. So here we've got some new signs that we don't usually see. So here's Yakushicho. It says the statue of the healing Buddha, which has been salvaged from a nearby river, the details are unknown, was enshrined here in Toshoji Temple, following the construction of Hachiman Castle, which began in 1585. The completion date was unknown, but it was demolished very soon after in 1595. This temple was moved to the nearby Tagacho. From a surviving 17th century map, we can see that Yakushicho Bridge, later Aoya Bridge, crossed the Hachiman Castle moat to Tepucho, gun town inside the castle walls. Actually, this area is quite, oh my gosh, my English today. This area is quite famous a long time ago, for those in the know, the historians, for being an area in which guns were created. So there was a lot of gun trade in this area. I'm going to walk you down and underneath these lovely cherry blossoms. As you can probably tell, we're saying goodbye to the cherry blossoms. They're starting to fall off the trees, and their lovely petals are just resting everybody. You're still on Alex's tour, watching both of you at the same time with two different browser options. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. It said 100 people have booked, so I guess some of them are still sat around on his tour. However, that means that you guys get this bonus view, which I'd prepared just for you, because I wanted you to have something different. There's a workshop area around here where you can practice making these little demon ends. They're kind of guardian ends that go on your houses and things. Now, we have been along here once before, but not since a long time ago, actually. Already, yeah, I'm afraid it blooms at different times in Japan. Now, it's the 6th, actually. It's the 6th in Japan, the 6th of April. And some years they go on till the 10th or 11th, but this year they were early. So we're coming to the end of them in this area that I live in. But throughout Japan, they'll continue blooming for two or 3 months or so. It depends what area you live in. If you live up in the north, in the cold area, then yeah, you're still going to have them for quite a while yet. You're toggling between the Yellowstone tour. All right. Thanks for your honesty. Look at this. So lovely. I got my hiking boots on today. So I hope that you're all doing well and you're all keeping well and you're not too sad and worried about everything that's happening with Heygo. I hope you've been catching up with your favourite guides and you're trusting that you're not going to lose us. Although I understand it is nice to have us all under one roof in the same platform, isn't it? Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. This tree has really got some picturesque moments for us, I think. But you can see the blossoms are coming to an end because the green leaves are shooting up through them. The only time in our lives that we wish to be flies with multiple eyes, to view everything on Heygo at once. Lovely little ditty there, Gregory. Very, very nice. Hi, Fran. It's nice, isn't it? Now, I have to do a little peculiar thing to get myself down and around because this canal is a bit of a strange shape. You can see on your map that it goes round in a curve. So I'm going to walk around the side I know that will get us to the lake, which means back to the canal, which is actually the route to the lake. I'm going to walk around this way because I know we'll be all right down here, but it does mean that we're going to pass some buildings for a little while, but please bear with me. Please don't worry too much. We'll also, I think, pass some little temple buildings, which will explain this little yakushicho that I read earlier, I think. So let's pop around the corner over here. My little painting is drying nicely in my hands. So just holding that there to see if I can replicate a little bit of the feeling of the canal that we were at just now. Can I sneak it down this way? Sure, why not? So you're going to see some of the houses. We've got a bit of old and new mixed together. You know, Omihachiman, this merchant city town that was... merchant city town, starts as a town, ends as a city, I don't know. Hi, River and Anna, Claire and Daphne and Eileen. Nice to see you. Look at this baby and daddy tanuki. What do you think? Cute or scary? Looks like it's got stones for teeth. Quite a fascinating thing. Cute or scary for our tanuki friends? What do you guys think? So they're guardians that go outside people's houses and shops, and they're said to bring good fortune. And you want them with bigger assets. The bigger the assets, the more the luck you have. Got some power cables up here. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Whoopsie. Sorry, shake you around a little bit. Ta-da! 3, 2, 1. If you've been following me, you know I'm very interested in that. So because it's a popular merchant town, we've got lots of information dotted around. This one's a little bit of a lopsided angle. That's not me, that is it. It says, many carpenters lived in this relatively large castle town. Due to the importance of their work, residents were exempt from government taxes. The Takagi Sakuemon family, in charge of all carpenters living in eastern Shiga, had lived in this area from the time of Sengoku, the country at war era, before the construction of Azuchi or Hachiman castles. Records indicate that the Takagi family was involved in the construction of Himure Hachiman Shrine and the famous Toji Temple in Kyoto, which is great. If you came to that very special, it's very nice down there, but it's not our property for viewing down there. So I'll just use my nose to get you a little view down there. If you came with me to the fourth most dangerous festival in Japan, it was throughout the streets around here, and it came from the Hachimamure shrine. Himure Hachiman Shrine. Hello, Linda. Nice to see you. I use my nose to see who's in the space. Hi, Julie. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Hi, Trevor. Lovely to see you. We started off with a beautiful Canal-Side view. We just have to go around because it's not all walkable. Some people live along it, but some people walk along it. We just have to dash off to the side just a little bit. So that was a bonus view for those of you that were on time. Extra big cherry blossoms for you. So we're coming out onto the main road just over here. If you want to visit this area from Kyoto, because of course Heygo is all about travel, right? Some people use Heygo because they can't travel, and some people use Heygo because they really, really want to travel. So let me tell you how to get here from Kyoto. If you're at Kyoto main station, you can get the train here. You can get the JR train, so it'll be in your rail pass if you get a special rail pass for being a tourist. And you can get the train here in, let me think, 35 minutes. 35 minutes is all it takes. And then you just get a bus from outside the station for about 300 yen or so. So a little less than that in dollars and about £2 or something. Hello, Katie. Hello, KL. Nice to see you guys. So the weather's not really that great today, sadly, but I'm still going to go about my business doing all of my planned tours. And there's a little bit of rain, so when it comes to my nighttime tours later, we might have some nice views, like more so because of the rain. So we're going to slip back onto the canal bit over here, which I think is just what the doctor ordered. Hi, Katie. Hi, Heidi, Marta, and KL. Rose as well. Nice to see you. So the riverside district of Omihachiman and Hachiman-bori Canal, we say Hachiman-bori, that means the canal area, was selected as the first important cultural landscape of Japan. Did you know that? The very first one. Hachiman-bori Canal was established when Toyotomi Hidetsugi, a samurai general of the late 16th century, built a castle on Mount Hachiman, which we have also travelled up to before with the cable car. Look, we've got lovely little Dalmatian scattering of blossoms in the water right now. We have before walked along this little area, but we've got some really nice views coming up just behind me. I'll just get you a little peek over on this side as well. Hi, Marta. Nice to see you. If I hadn't said that already, and welcome everybody just coming in. My name is KendalJames. Do find me online on everything as MissKendalJames. And if you are worried you are going to lose me, then please take a look at a little letter that is a little letter and information that is in the chat right now. I think I can hear a little fish in the canal. I don't ever see people fishing around here, though. Let's get you a little view over this way. Some of the blossoms look more pink than usual, and I think it's just because they're just after bloom. When they're babies, they tend to be fresh and white looking, or like when they're in their perfect adulthood point, I guess. When they're babies and they're buds, they're just a little bit pink, and now afterwards they have fallen into pinkness as well. I don't know if you can see. Of course, you can see this carpet of blossoms just below us. This is one of the loveliest times to witness the blossoms, in my opinion. And just behind, you can see that the tree that's got these blossoms on it is actually so big. So big. So this is the soonest point that we can start walking along the canal area. And I think it's very, very lovely. And over here, we can see that canal boats are in this area too. And during peak seasons, such as what we're in now, but we're very early in the morning. I started this tour at 7:30 a.m., which is an ungodly time. I literally did it for you guys. And when Heygo closes, I'm going to go to sleep. So when it gets a bit livelier later, people actually book these canals. I think it's in Hikone, it's 1,500. I think it's only 1,000 here, 1,200. So it's not quite as bad. Right. I'm not going to cross here because then I won't be able to get up on the other side. I have to choose my battles here. So even though there's a lovely bridge, I think it's not the best one for me to go up right now. So let's see. By connecting the canal to Lake Biwa, ships that traversed through the lake made stops here, and goods and people gathered to develop a castle town, which is also linked to Azuchi Castle, where I will be taking you next. And if you came on my Azuchi Castle tour a week ago or so, you can come back with me again and see the blossoms falling, and also see them just after their full bloom. But I'll be running right to the top of the mountain to start the tour from the top and show you some other views as well as the Quasi National Park that's there too. Thank you very much, Triste. Is that how I pronounce your name? Do help me out. And hi, Alicia and Chelsea. In later years, the canal was dilapidated. Sorry. How do I say that? Dilapidated. It descended into disuse with the change of times, but it has since been restored. Today, visitors can enjoy a Yakata Bune boat tour, feeling the breeze and gazing at the traditional scenery of the white clay houses and stone walls. Cherry blossom trees and willow trees are planted along the canal, creating a beautiful landscape for an enjoyable visit in all seasons. Oh, thank you very much. Twista. Okay, lovely. I'll do my best. I hope I come across that name again. It's a lovely name. So one of the reasons that many locals love this area is because it's actually kept so historically accurate. If you notice, there just really aren't that many power cables or anything around. You guys can see a few cars in the distance, right? But generally, you can't see anything that gives it away as, maybe that motor on the back of the boat, that gives it away too much as being something of a modern age. It looks very much like it's from the Edo period in Japan, some 400 years ago, and a little bit before that when the Warring States period existed in the Sengoku era. So this area is famously used. Oh, look at the blossoms falling. I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you look at those. And a little fishy behind me. Can you hear the plop of the fish? So this area has been used for so many different period dramas as well. Yeah, the petals look so gorgeous, don't they? It's one of the loveliest times to view the blossoms, and I'm so grateful that Heygo isn't ending before you get to see them. Look at that. It's just so lovely. Just so lovely, I think. Might be totally biased because I love it around here. I've lived in Japan for 3.5 years. I live in Moriyama, which is 2 or 3 train station stops away, depending on what way you travel. So as well as playing an important role in transportation of days of old, specifically transporting things like rice and guns and carpentry throughout this area in Japan, and even being an almost midway point, just after midway point, for those things getting transported from Tokyo as well. This canal these days, blossoms just fell all over my face and one fell on my arm. This canal is also used for period dramas, which is just great, I think. 3, 2, 1. And that's one of the incentives from the locals in the area. 3, 2, 1. To keep it looking so well maintained in this old style is the fact that it can be used for such period dramas, such as the likes of Kenshin Impact. Let me give you a little look at that. So Rurouni Kenshin. This is the live action drama, so you would see the boats coming through this area, which is also, it's great to be watching any kind of movie or something and be like, I've walked there, I know there, that's so cool. So much pink, yes, so much pink. But also, you can see that itself is derived from animes and things. So the animes usually have a lot of historical accuracy in regards to the scenery that's created in the background. And it's great that this spot can be reused to recreate that. It's a whole bunch of interpretations around something really great and historically accurate. Hello, Hayward and Viola and Joan. Nice to see you. And this area is particularly loved as well for appreciating the 4 seasons, as so many places in Japan are. It's a source of amusement to a lot of people that Look at this unsightly, mismatched area that's obviously not from Edo, Japan. It's a source of amusement for lots of people that love Japan when everyone's like, wow, my favorite thing about Japan is it has 4 seasons and it's just fantastic. When like so many other places do have 4 seasons, don't they? Just so many. Oh, you like Rurouni Kenshin. I'm glad. Elisa says it's a favorite. Joan is here. Look at these lovely grasses. I don't think I meant to eat them, but they look very juicy and edible to me. Anyway, a little look behind us, and then we're going to carry on walking forwards. Not too long of a tour today. 15 more minutes left, but then I'll just stay to do a quick little detail in my sketchbook on that piece that I was creating just as we started. And I hope you guys that were here early enjoyed those bonus blossom scenes and the extra bridges as well. You grew up reading it. How lovely. Hi, Madison. Hi, Thomas. Nice to see you. And thank you very much, Sarah, for sharing a link to my Buy Me a Coffee and other things, linktr.ee/MissKendalJames. Do go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Consider sponsoring me or tipping me on Buy Me a Coffee, as well as you can continue to do that on Heygo to support them, as I always request. So thank you very much. Some interesting little views, I think. And of course, my favorite of them all, power cables. So the most famous spot in this area for those period dramas. Oh, everything's fallen out my pocket. Bear with me. Is the bridges that we're coming up to in the background. Not this first one, but the ones thereafter. Hello, Joni, Mark, Wendy, and Trevor. Juicy, yeah. So what lingo are you guys going to remember from your tours with me? I mean, I do hope you'll come and join me on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook Live and other things too. But is there any phrase that's going to stick with you in particular? Thank you so much, Hadrian, for your tip. All costs time and money, so I appreciate that. The little terns poking out of the rocks are so cute. Lovely. Linda's been saying, lovely, on behalf of me. So a lot of you will recognize this point that we're coming up to now. We're coming up to the main area that we often come by. There's a lovely bridge on top. There's a lovely, lovely bridge just above us. Let me see if there's a nice way up to that bit. There's one behind us, but yeah, let's go on up to it, and then we're going to carry on along this way. So you're going to be saying lovely. I don't think little ferns is something I've said before. I'm kidding. I know that's just an observation. So little ferns there. And John says, gather your blues. It's hydrangea season. Make no mistake, I will be presenting you some kind of live versions of hydrangeas and beautiful, much more higher resolution videos of hydrangeas. So do give me a follow and all those other things. Now, here we are. This is the main bridge. And if you carry on walking over this way, you'll get to Himure Jinja, the shrine in which the festivities began for that big fourth most dangerous festival that we came to before. Kawaii. Cute. Thank you. And look, the pathway is all pink down here. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Anna. Anna and Brian, Adriana. Look at those little pink platforms. Gorgeous. And in my bag, I've got a little snack to show you guys as well. I've got a strawberry sandwich. I'm sure you guys want to see a strawberry sandwich, don't you? Some fascinating foods that we have in just Japan, such as the likes of strawberry sandwiches. And if you really loved my snack tours and you're sad that they'll be gone soon, again, keep following me for the other things. And there is the final extended edition of the Kit Kat tour is coming on my Tuesday. Right, I'm going to pop back down so that we can be along the Canal-Side again. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. A jam butty. It's kind of a jam butty, but it's got fresh cream and custard in it and strawberry. For a country we think of as being so slim, they sure do have a lot of things that just add inches to our thighs with just looking at it, basically. Thank you very much. Yeah, I posted it earlier. This will be the last time I post it, perhaps once more just before I go. But it's just a little letter kind of from me. You can find it on my Heygo channel, and it is of where you can find me and what you'll get. Can I get a shot of the pathway close to the ground and looking down the path? Kind of, yes, Sharon, I can. I wanted to go further down, actually. Kind of, but I'm in a bit of a predicament because I've got an umbrella sticking out of me, so I've got to go careful where I lean. So bear with me, and I'll see what I can do. Both hands are filled, and the umbrella is debilitating as well. Let's see what I can do. Now this one I like. Just don't fall in the water. Exactly. I don't want to be falling in the water. Aren't these little stepping stones good? I've got big hiking boots on today because I've got to climb. I got to climb 2 mountains for you. So, yeah, big hiking boots. I'll give you a little look at them. Ta-da! Second hand, of course. That's how I roll. My scarf in there as well. And up here you can see a fascinating something. Look at this lovely stone. This lovely plastic stone. Look at that. That's how they get in keeping. Yeah, the shoes are comfortable. I can't take them on and off, but I don't need to take them on and off today. I'm not, well, some people might tell me to go in the castle later, but they've had it. They're out of luck. That's it. I've done 3 goes of going inside the castle. It's wonderful, isn't it, here? Nice with the birds in the background. Hi, KM. They are comfortable, but if I walk fast and far, they're not particularly comfortable. But for the hiking, they're safe. Honestly, no pair of shoes that I have in Japan is perfect. In the UK, I've got plenty of perfect pairs of shoes. I'm going to take an empty suitcase to the UK to go and get them when I go. Yeah, so another time that this area is well adored is during the Momiji season. Momiji means the cherry blossom viewing season. Momiji means the autumn leaf viewing season. Right now, we are in the cherry blossom viewing season, which is called Hanami. Ignore that car. Can you see what I mean? This is where those period dramas will be filmed. Isn't it lovely? Lovely. Right through there, little canal boat coming through the way. So later tonight, I bet some of you would have to set an alarm for it. My tonight. So 12 hours from now. That's right. I'm out for 13 or 14 hours. In fact, I'm out for 14 hours today doing tours for you. So you might think, I've been to this area before. She doesn't need a tip, or it doesn't cost her any money, but it does cost me money. So, and it also costs me a lot of time, and I would like to go to sleep. So do consider looking after me in regards to that. And a huge thank you to those of you that have been doing that already. I know not everybody can, but it'll be more fool me if I didn't say. Let's walk over this bit together. Hi, Vicky. Now, if anyone would like to share any links for any other guides that they love or any particular tours that you're excited for that are coming up, you are absolutely welcome to use this space to do so. Likewise, if you want to share your social media accounts so that people can find you, you are absolutely welcome to use this space to do so. I understand it is a very testing and troubling time for lots of us on Heygo, as we don't know what will come next. I imagine most can be found on Facebook, but just in case you guys are using different names and things, please don't share personal information here, but go ahead and share anything else that you like. Anything that's already public, go ahead. Lovely, Melissa's shared one here. So if you guys can't take down people's information right now, what you can do is get a screenshot of it. Thank you ever so much, Carol and Alicia and Trista and... oh, it's lost them. I saw your names just now. Eileen and Marilyn, that's very, very kind of you. Isn't it nice? So there's a bit of information that has been gathered along the way. This is the final tour of this area in the daytime. So I'm going to put the information that I've gathered from the different signs that are around. I've put those in the chat for you so you can save them as your own now. And one of them talks about the fact that back in 1970, this canal became so disused that actually it was in danger of becoming just a kind of sewage area. However, all of the people in the town got together and created a slogan that was, "We will be sorry if Hachiman Canal goes to waste." And they decided to get down with the upkeep. Get down with the upkeep. Look at this rock. It looks like a piece of cake. I just spotted that. Look at that. It's like a stony cheesecake. Okay, Linda. No worries. Do try and figure out the coffee site. Yeah, good luck with that. Stony cake. That's the kind of... Look, I've just got it on the mind because this mud down here looks like chocolate to me. That's basically how I work. So there's that. Thank you very much. Sarah is making sure that nobody misses the chance to see my Buy Me a Coffee. So we just came along the kind of muddy little... Oh, that was close. This muddy bit is dangerous. Carol, I think, has got a lot of typos in what she just typed, which is a bit funny. She said the coffee site was fairly empty ash to use. I'm sorry, Carol. I think you've got quite a few typos in there, but I love what's come out of it. In fact, I'm going to screenshot it for my pleasure. It does sound like it's time for the sandwich, right? I'm going to pop us up over this area and I'm going to get out my sandwich and my sketchbook. But I must say I'm on a kind of tight schedule today, so let me see how much time I can invest in that. Easy to use, that's what she meant. It's empty ash to use, guys. I love it. That's tickled me. Nothing like a little morning tickle. Hey, my friends. Oh, Linda. So in my experience, 5% of the people that have tried to use the Buy Me a Coffee site have not been used to it, and so it's been a bit difficult for them. But everybody else has been fine. I've had lots of lovely tips that way. Look, a little England flag. It's not what that is, but it's funny. Thank you very much, Hilary. As you've noticed before, I've never mentioned Buy Me a Coffee before personally because it does matter to me that Heygo is supported as well. But Heygo's on its way out now and they want to make sure that we are supported in any ways possible. So they don't have any qualms with us sharing these things anymore. No problem. Thank you very much for joining me for the lovely, lovely views. I'm going to set you down over here and I'm going to take a little look in my sketchbook and see if I can add a few things, but I'm also going to show you that strawberry sandwich, because what's a tour with me if there isn't a snack to see? Let's see. Linda says, I still think they should have given every tour guide a copy of all of their tours as a parting gift. Now, Linda, we all have access to all of our tours, and I had already uploaded about 150 of mine to YouTube, and I have downloaded another 150. And if I choose, I've got another 150 or 200 to go. So it is available for us. And they have technically given us enough time to gather that. And me being one of the people that's had more tours than most, I can attest to that. So don't worry. If guides choose, they do have the means of doing that. And actually, it isn't so difficult. Florent has, I'm really sorry, but he's thinking that he's been not paying attention, because they have often told us right from the beginning that if we do test tours, we can download the test tours, and our normal tours happen in exactly the same way. So he's just, that's on him, unfortunately. That's on him. Yeah, there are many, many ones for you to catch up on your days off. And if you guys comment on my YouTube, I will engage with you frequently. So do consider doing that, and you can not miss a moment. Not miss a moment. Oh, Heidi's surprised that some wealthy philanthropist hasn't swooped in to save Heygo. Yeah, I think that kind of already happened, and they're running with the money they've got, because it just kept losing and losing and losing money. Now, let me just double check let me check exactly how long I've got for hanging out with you guys. So this is technically the end of the tour, but if you'd like to see what's in my sketchbook as well as see a strawberry sandwich, then I've got good news for you, because that's what's coming. Also, little treasures like this guy. Look at that. Oh, look how fragile they are. They're just breaking up so quickly. Kirsten, if you would like to pay me on PayPal, please send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I will give you my PayPal details. Thank you very much. That's all right. Don't worry about using question marks. I don't mind. I think Flo was the first or second guide on Heygo. They didn't let guides download videos yet. I heard that there was a later edition. Maybe Flo never got caught up. But I don't really see Flo hanging out on the voyages, and he would have seen quite easily that other guides have been putting their things on YouTube. So I think he just he's obviously great in the community, but I think he hasn't been like, he's a great part of the community, but he's not involved in it in the same way as many others. I'm not trying to sound rude there. I'm just trying to explain why Flo might not have understood the depths of what was going on with things like Heygo in that regard, because Heygo has also sent us plenty of emails often. So I think he's just for example, you can live in a country for as many years as you like, but that doesn't mean that you're just going to learn the language. You have to open up your ears to it. You have to open up your eyes to it. That's for you to do. And until you realise, you'll never realise, if I may so boldly say. I'm not trying to throw any shade in anyone's direction, but if you'd like to understand why Flo doesn't know, then I gather that's probably why. I hope that helps answer a couple of questions. Yeah, there we go. He doesn't post ever. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Hilary. Hi, Kirsten. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for the tip. So, everybody, it is the end of the tour, but I would encourage you to stay with me if you'd like to see this strawberry sandwich I've got going on behind me. Just let me double check. Double checking. I've got 5 kilometers to travel, 4 of which are by train, and I can leave. I've got to leave in 10 minutes. Okay, we've got 10 more minutes with me if you'd like. Here's my strawberry sandwich. Yeah, Christine says Flo is a very busy tour guide outside of Heygo. I understand. I work 4 jobs, so me too. So it just depends. I think Flo might be a little bit older as well, so maybe he's not so. It's not so natural to him to use social media, so he just doesn't think of it in that way. That's fine. Exactly. Not technologically minded. That's fine. I won't get any nap time before my marathon, unfortunately, which is a shame. But you only live once, right? Here we go. This is a strawberry sandwich. I'm going to get it out and show you, I think. quickly get it out, and I'm going to show you how you unwrap sandwiches in Japan, which might seem like a trivial thing to mention, but there are lots of things like rice balls and sandwiches that you could find yourself really not knowing what to do with, even though they're just kind of simple ways to do it. If you cream, custard and whipped cream, strawberries, custard and whipped cream is what's inside it. I can't show you how to open it. Oh yeah, I can. I thought there was a tab there. The tab is on the back. So things open in Japan in a very unique way. You're probably going to say, that's fantastic. So they open up this way. I'm not going to say it's fantastic because in the UK, we tend to use something that's more cardboard and foil based, which decomposes significantly faster. So I prefer that. It's a trifle sandwich, yeah. Here we go. So I'm going to enjoy that in the background while you guys get to enjoy the blossoms. And no crusts, of course. It is yummy, but I've got to say, the first time I saw it, I thought, what? No way. I'm not going to eat a strawberry sandwich. That's weird. And now I'm like, oh, can I put strawberries in a sandwich? And some of my students, their favorite type of sandwich is cheese and strawberries, which I think is quite something. Now, I know that you guys often say you want to see my drawing, so let me see if I can turn you down this way. Let's have a look at what I'm drawing here. Sandwich in the background. So actually, I'm going to do it from memory. So I've got a little painting here. I remember there was some purple flowers up in this bit. I'm going to do it from memory. I don't have a photographic memory, so no answers in regards to that, I'm afraid. Or at least not that I know of. I don't think so. I don't remember as much as I do for faces, maybe. These are cherry trees over here. So there are quite a lot of branches and things sticking out in the distance. So in all my tours lately, as I come to the end of Heygo, what I'm trying to do is fill in a little bit of each of the aspects of my tours. So if you guys have really loved drawing, or you've really loved my snack tours or something, I'm hoping I can give you a little bit of everything. I'm just using colouring pencils, but first of all, I had a little bit of paint down. So I don't usually do it from memory. I usually do it from what I can see in front of me. But also I just gathered a stamp. So I gathered a stamp from Omihachiman train station. It's got the canal in it, you can see, because it's so important in this area. That's all right. Rose says, sorry, I'm late. Rose, you are actually at the end of the tour, so this is kind of a bonus extra part of the tour. Now, do you see the rough way in which I do the branches? I just sort of upwards, so that there are still gaps and things. A lot of people think that they have to draw particularly perfectly to get things to look whatever they think perfect looks like. But I would encourage you to not really put much effort in at all. For example, if you want to get kooky looking angles on your branches, consider holding your pencil right at the end of the pencil. And then you'll get lots of movements that kind of dart around the page a little bit more with an angled effect, which I think looks just a little bit more natural. And as you push off into the end, then the branch gets thinner towards the end as well. It is Impressionism, yeah, it's a little bit like Impressionism, isn't it? In fact, you could argue all art is just that, isn't it? All art's Impressionism. Right, we also had the canal down at the bottom, but I'm afraid I think I've left some of my pencils inside. But notice how I'm holding the pencil just on the edge here, just to kind of get this dusty kind of effect. I'm pushing down right in the middle where I'd like it to look darker, more shaded. And then I can also try and get some 3D effects just by using the dusty kind of edge. Is that the right thing to say? I don't know. Probably isn't. I'm going to then use the pointed edge to add a couple of details, really small in the background because I want it to look more like it's in the distance, right? And then a little bit bigger up in the foreground, just imagining there's stones or something there, which I'm sure there was. Now, this is from my memory. I don't remember what was here, but I know that we have walked across loads of stepping stones, so I'm going to add something that looks a little bit like stepping stones over here in the same way. And as they go off into the distance, they will get smaller like that. And you can press down harder to get a different effect on your brush. And I hope that, if anything, I just inspire some of you a little bit to consider drawing, and to consider drawing without really thinking. And if you think you can't draw, then I don't want to hear any of it. I need you to forget about drawing and call it mark making. Call it something different. We have kind of clusters of cherry blossoms. So notice how I'm just holding the pencil to the end, and I'm just at the end, and I'm just I'm pushing down a little bit and going a bit lighter in some places, and I'm allowing that to imply that there are blossoms in the area. I had to take a phone call. Can you show me your strawberry sandwich again? Only because I haven't eaten all of it. Yeah, I love coloured pencils because I love the permanence of it, because you can't really erase them. You can do your best, but it's going to be a little bit difficult, so you can't really erase them. Now, here's the other piece of strawberry sandwich, so I'm going to eat that strawberry sandwich. You can get all kinds of fruit sandwiches here in Japan. Just going to do a little bit of green. If something's in the distance, make sure you do it small. Make sure you do it tiny. You can even do it lighter if it's in the distance. And no reason why you can't use whatever colours you like. Those ones in the distance, the trees, I'm just using green for the branches in the middle out of convenience, and why not? It's my art. I can do whatever I like. If anyone ever tells you that your art is the wrong colour, smile nicely and walk away from them, because they're not worth your time. I'm not really interested in people telling me my art isn't right. I didn't make it for them. I made it for me. I made it for my moment in time, my moment in history. That's why we're here making art. Kendalisms, that's true. So do give me a follow on YouTube and Instagram and things if you want more Kendalisms. They'll keep coming. Now, there was some kind of yellow over here, like a little bit of rapeseed or something. And actually, when I closed my book, it pressed onto the other side. So I'm just going to acknowledge that. I'm not going to be upset that my drawing changed. I'm just going to acknowledge it, and I'm going to incorporate it into my drawing. Okay? And then I'm going to chuck the date on it. It is, I'm going to put it in Japanese because I like doing that where I can. And I did it a little bit wrong just there. Okay, the 4th moon and the 6th sun. And add KJ as my signature. And here we go, a quick little impressionistic version of the canal as we saw it earlier today. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked a little insight into creating a piece of art in just seconds and not really worrying about whether or not it was someone's idea of perfect. So thank you very much. I hope you had a nice time, and please do consider leaving reviews for me even still, because I'm collecting up all of the reviews to use as a kind of portfolio of evidence of tours that I've presented. So I'd love to see you guys continue to review me. So thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I'll see you later. The stamp was from Omihachiman train station, of course. All right, everybody, I'll see you later. I've got to dash to the bus or else I'm not going to make my next tour. Thanks, Gregory. Thanks, Marina. Very nice of you to tip me in that moment there. So thank you very much. All right, guys, catch you later.